This podcast is part of the Pull Up a Chair podcast network. Let's build community through connection, conversation, and collaboration. This podcast is sponsored by Lever Consulting, editing with a purpose. Check them out at leverconsulting.com for a free consultation.
I never wanna get used to the sound you whispering in my ear.
Hey friends, you're listening to the Cat and V Show. Pour yourself a juicy cup of tea, grab a seat, and get ready for us to dish.
Hi, welcome to the Cat and V Show, the show where V and I talk about whatever we want to. Today's topic is Rhett and Link, another really great friendship, online friendship. Well, not online friendship that is highlighted online.
They're internet-tainers.
Internet, yeah, I always thought they were very creative. We've talked about them in season 1 of How's That Working For You, but a lot's changed since then.
Yeah, and we kept meaning to bring them up earlier in the show. We kept saying that we were going to, but then we talked about other things instead. So, we're here now.
Yeah, we're here now. Sorry, Rhett and Link. You kind of hit the back burner for a bit. But anyway, for those of you who don't know who Rhett and Link are and what they are two middle-aged dads that are very, very successful YouTubers or internet-tainers that have a variety show. I feel like it's a variety show.
I feel like that is a apt description. They also occasionally will put out music videos.
They have a whole, like, Mythical is their production company. So they also have, like, their Mythical Kitchen channel, and they bought Smosh, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and they also have that, like, Ear Biscuits podcast.
I like their podcast. Not bad. I learned a little bit more about them on it because, like, on their actual YouTube show, it's definitely more for shock value and entertainment, but their Ear Biscuits podcast is definitely kind of a more calmer situation where they talk about stuff and you learn a little more about their backstory and stuff like that. Either way, we wanted to talk about them because they're kind of like our
inspirations.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. Thank you, V. Yeah, because they're extremely unproblematic on the internet. They have successfully been able to grow their brand without any type of drama or controversy, which is something that really inspires V and I because, I don't know, I think it's going to be different with us because for some reason society likes to judge women far worse than men, so...
Yeah, we're probably going to have a harder time with criticism because as much as we tease Rhett's beard, nobody seriously is going to stop watching him because his beard doesn't look good. But people would stop watching one of us if one of us didn't look as physically appealing.
I think that Rhett's look has taken on a whole new level this season.
Oh my gosh. There's just so much hair everywhere.
It's funny, my boyfriend thinks it's horrible too. He watches Rhett and Link with me now because I like... Rhett and Link is the show that I put on when I just want like happy sound in the background of whatever it is I'm doing. Just because like you can tune in and tune out.
And not really miss anything.
Yeah.
It's not like a story's being told. They're trying to figure out what's the best cereal or what cold foods can be eaten well while they're hot foods, or they make human soup.
Oh yeah, their show is definitely a variety show in the sense that they do such random content, but they do have series that are really creative, and they have like a rock star editing and writing team.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's just they're a very inspiring example of what you and I could be one day. You know, we don't have to have our own company, but like in terms of like reputation and stuff,
I would love to have that representation. I know I'm going to be problematic just because of who I am as a person. I'm very opinionated, but that's fine. I don't have to be perfect.
I don't know, it's okay to have opinions. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's really hard to communicate because we're both pretty opinionated people, so like...
Yeah, but now we're able to listen to each other. It's a nice thing.
It's different. I feel like girls, like, there's more layers to how we think. So, like, I don't know what Rhett and Link's friendship is like, but I think there's a lot of layers to our friendship.
I remember I listened to one episode of their Ear Biscuits podcast where they talked about the third best friend, because it was apparently it was a best friend group.
Oh yeah, I told you about that, right?
Listened to it after you recommended it, and it was really interesting to hear about, because like you and I, they didn't start off as best friends. They were more of acquaintances for a long time until an external force brought them together for friendom.
Yeah, our friendship's more obviously a lot newer than theirs is, but we definitely became close friends in a very short amount of time. I think when it erupted, it erupted quickly.
That's some fun imagery you're giving me there. Our friendship erupting.
It's just how my brain works. I can't.
It's fine. You can flirt with me online. That's fine.
How is erupting a flirtatious word? That's like what type of flirtation do you partake in? Like,
I don't know. I don't flirt anymore. I'm married. Ever see any of the fan fiction out there for Rhett and Link though?
they did a whole episode on their fan fiction. Did you watch that? Oh my god, I died.
I didn't watch that episode yet, but I've been meaning to, because I've read some of the fan fiction of when they're like shipped together.
They actually talked about it on a recent episode, very recent episode, about them kissing.
No.
They didn't ever kiss, but like Rhett talks about it's either the more or the not. I can't remember.
They have two different YouTube channels. They have Good Mythical Morning and then Good Mythical More.
It's kind of like us. We have the less polished.
Yeah, and you'll stick to the less polished version of us for a little bit of polish good to our other podcast.
Totally different audiences, though. I don't know. Actually, who knows? Who knows? Where was I going with this? I totally forgot. Lost.
The kissing.
Oh yes, the kissing. I think that they had some sort of like activity to do where their faces got really close, and then all of a sudden Rhett was like, you know, I don't think either of us need the experience of kissing each other. And
I'm so disappointed.
he was just like, we don't need that. And I was like, all right, Rhett's definitely more I feel like he partakes a little more in the toxic masculinity.
Yeah,
like,
he's a very stereotypical macho man. Yeah. Yeah.
manly man. I'm Rhett. I crush things. Like,
I ship them so hard, no lie. I feel like they bicker like an old married couple, and it's adorable, and I love it, and I want them to love each other.
oh my god, they have married with families. Please.
I know, it's so bad.
Link, because he's like such a like. Link is a character. Everything about Link is so Link. Like, if that makes any sense, because he's very particular about the things that he eats. He's very organized and likes things a certain way and isn't as like open-minded about certain stuff, and then also is very more much more sensitive and blah 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 blah. Like, it's just I think that a lot of their following likes to point that out.
Oh yeah, their followership will call everything out. Like the comment section of Good Mythical More, it's so interesting, because in Good Mythical Morning they'll comment on what the people are doing, but in Good Mythical More the subscribers are there for them.
Yeah, they are there for them. I'm there for I always watch. I mean, to be fair, I usually, when I watch YouTube, I let it just go, and technically it goes from like the main episode to the sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes it does, and that's there. And it's so interesting where they come from, because they're from the South and they moved to California, and they did share a little bit about that on their podcast, about like what it was like moving from the South, a very right-wing type of place, to like California, which is more,
and in LA of California too for a bit, and that's like,
yeah, exactly, it's definitely a more place to have like very more like accepting of different opinions, blah blah blah, liberal if you want to get technical. But yeah, they do talk about that. They I don't know, it's just like they're a very unlikely situation in terms of like the fact that they're so popular and they're middle-aged dads like on the internet. It's just,
Okay, but might I say, Link doesn't have a dad bod yet. I'm waiting for his dad bod to, like, come into form.
Rhett's not too bad yet.
Yeah, not yet. They haven't, like, I feel like they haven't hit whole daddom.
No, neither of them have dad bod yet, which is, I think that, I mean, I personally think Link is very handsome, so.
I think what it is they're probably getting a little bit of, like, nervous energy. How much do I want to eat? How much do I want to get on my gut?
Stuff that they eat on this show, like
I feel like that's all the garbage that they actually eat. Because a little bit I've heard about, at least Link's wife, she's very particular about what she feeds her family.
I think, also Rhett's wife too, because he talks about how my wife doesn't let me eat that anymore. He says it a lot.
Which is so cute, because there's not, like, malice in his voice. Like, he's not mad. He's just like, here's a fact.
No, it's like, my wife doesn't let me eat white bread anymore. Like, I'm pretty sure that's, like, quoting him verbatim.
Honestly, yes.
They're both very strong personalities in like opposite directions, and they balance each other out so well. I remember they did the ghost pepper, or one of the pepper, they did multiple of these pepper challenges back when the pepper challenges were
The thing.
trending. And there was one where Rhett was like, he was like smashing things because of how uncomfortable
He was like hitting the table, and the mic was like womp womp womp, and you could hear.
Yeah, and then Link's like, stop breaking things. And I feel like that is their whole relationship in a nutshell, is like Rhett being this very strong macho, hyper macho and rough character, and Link being the more mindful, attention to detail, and considerate, I feel like, of the two. I don't know, they make a really great, and similarly with us, it's like we're so different, but at the same time we work.
Yeah. I hope one day we'll be in a place where we can just do talk shows and have somebody else do all the back end stuff.
Oh man, that would be great.
The whole point of this episode was to tell you guys about, like, our biggest inspirations and what we're hoping to do with the content that we're putting out online. Any last minute thoughts?
Yeah, I just think that Rhett and Link are a really good example of an unproblematic success story. And that's something that you and I both aspire to have one day. And yeah, I think that relates to our whole Cat and V show concept of highlighting little bits and pieces of our friendship and how that can potentially turn into something bigger. I mean, how cool is it that Rhett and Link make money? Like they're not just make money, but like they make their living, very good living, might I add, just spending time with their best friend.
Like, that's a dream right there.
Yeah, exactly. So that's all I have to say. But anyway, you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at the Cat and V Show. Wait, are we on Twitter?
I didn't set up a Twitter for this.
No, let's not do that yet. You can find us on Instagram at the Cat and V Show. And then also check out our other podcast, How's That Working For You? And follow us on whatever platform you're listening to podcasts on. See you later.
Bye.
Want to help our show?
Consider donating to the Pull Up the Chair podcast network to keep this show and the others in our lineup going.
All donations are tax deductible.
Links with more information can be found in the description of this podcast.
Okay, let's talk about Lever Consulting. They help you create so many things. A perfect personal statement, application essays, presentations. They help create writings that truly represent you. They've got writers, editors, and even researchers. Lever Consulting can make all your stuff easy to read, understandable, and enjoyable. They truly take editing to the next level. Not only do they have flexible rates, they also offer assistance with college applications and job seeking. Check them out at leverconsulting.com and get a free consultation.